This little device could completely change the music industry. It's pretty crazy. This could become the one thing that actually beats a computer in helping you make music. This is the Orba Tube. I've been pleasantly surprised by this thing. It's this little puck device. It's got touch-sensitive buttons, which are actually really, really responsive. I can like change the octave of this thing on the fly. Or I could like change the octave back up. Oop. Nice. There's 8 touch-sensitive buttons. They don't like click, but they're touch-sensitive. If you're looking for a creative way to pass the time, or if you have an idea and you want to record the idea before you get to a computer and set up your workstation to make music, you could like get your phone out, open up whatever app you use to record talking, and just like play away and jam out. Or if you're an artist or a producer or songwriter, you can basically instantly make a beat to back up whatever musical idea that you have. But it goes beyond that. It has a web-based and a phone-based platform, an app, so that you can swap out tons and tons of sounds. They're constantly adding sounds, and even sounds that you record on your own, you can load in to the Orba 2 app and send it directly to your Orba 2. This is the future of music production. Or is it? In order to answer this question, we need to see if it accomplishes 3 things that are super important for music producers, artists, or anyone who enjoys making music for fun. First thing, does this actually make making music better? I like to think of making music as like 2 different parts: idea generation and production. So like successfully capturing the idea and then bringing it to life in the final produced version. Often these 2 things actually happen at the same time. Like whether you're an artist and you're co-writing or working with a producer, you're usually writing the song and making the music or recording what's happening at the same time. It depends on your approach and how you like to make music, right? Like it seems like they're aiming this product at music creators, producers, artists. It's also for people that just want to have a fun music creation experience. Point number 2, how does it compare to similar product? Really the only thing out there like this was Kanye's, aka Ye's, stem player, which he used to release the Donda album, but not just as a way for people to listen to the music, but as this interactive device where it had a similar layout, but the stem player wasn't very well received. It was kind of more like a merchandise item for Kanye fans, meant for them just to kind of remix and play with the songs that he released on it. It's been described as a, quote, fun but overpriced musical toy that is a more stylish version of the Orba with way fewer features and a heftier price tag. Basically, the stem player had the same core features, right? Even though the stem player sold out, it wasn't considered a success. And the company that makes them, Kano Computing, just dropped Kanye as of this last week, and they're turning the stem player into a video projector that plays video and encourages creativity. The stem player actually was pretty cool. You could isolate parts, add effects, and you could split songs into stems. It didn't work very well. A lot of people found it kind of confusing to use. And again, people were like, we want to listen to your music. We don't want to remix your own songs. We want to listen to your songs. So unless Kanye's DMs were flooded with tens of thousands of people begging him to let them remix his songs on a beige hockey puck, then it's basically just expensive fan merch that's almost completely useless now. Sorry, Ye fans. So now we're back to basically just the Orba 2, right? They have a pretty big opportunity to make huge waves, not only, again, for music creators, but for people who want to just have a fun music experience. Like imagine every household that has a guitar in the corner that people play from time to time, a little black hockey puck that as long as it's just plugged in a charger, you can just pull it out and have a fun time making beats. That leads me to point number 3. Can the Orba 2 be relevant and stick around long enough? I think it can if it adapts. I think it would be way more beneficial if you didn't need the companion app on your phone or your laptop just to swap out sounds. For example, right now, I have these sounds on here. Right? But if I want to switch out any of those sounds, I have to get my phone out, go find another library, sift through things, and swap out individually the sounds, or all of them at the same time, depending on the pack that I find to put the sounds on, right? But what if it came with its own way to like record vocals? Like if you could plug in a microphone that you have with you and turn this more into like a mobile digital audio workstation. I think Artiphon could go one of 2 ways. I think they could put out 2 of these and essentially make one a more consumer-driven product, like make it still really fun. Think about what the masses want to do with having fun with music and make a product for them. Or I think they could become a little bit more music producer and artist driven. They're obviously gearing that way with their platform to swap sounds in and out. I think they should focus on a product that nails this market. Become a little bit more like the OP1 by Teenage Engineering, which is like this really incredible keyboard with tons and tons of sounds. And you don't need a second device to really be able to use it to its fullest potential. I think they're well on their way. But while the Orba 2 takes a very strong step in the direction of making music more fun and accessible without a computer, while making it feel like you're actually playing an instrument, which is awesome, and since there's nothing else like this, I think it gives Artifon some breathing room to develop it more. We'll know that they've accomplished that when we start to see more products emerge like this. It could make sense for companies that are already successful making music hardware and software, like Native Instruments, right? They have their Contact control keyboards, their Contact platform. They could come out with a competing puck. Maybe it'll be a cube, as long as it's not beige. Been there, done that. Or who knows, another company that makes hardware and music stuff like Yamaha, because they make everything. Like, imagine how many 40-year-olds in a midlife crisis would buy the Yamaha Speed Bike Music Legend Edition package. I'd buy that. So, it's pretty fun to use, plus it's useful if you're more serious about music production, or even anyone of the general public that has an interest in music. All in all, I do think it's pretty rad. I've had a lot of fun learning how to use it and making some beats with it. I'm constantly coming up with ideas. I make a lot of music for TV and film. If I had something like this, maybe just like sitting in my car, because I come up with a lot of ideas for the tracks I make in my car. It'd be nice if I'm sitting at a stoplight, because practice safe beat making while you're driving. Don't make beats while you drive. Or if I'm on the go, if I'm upstairs in another room in my house, or if I'm working and maybe I'm not in the middle of making a track, it'd be cool to have this thing on handy to like sing an idea into my phone and have a beat going on in the background that I make on the fly. And I could take that beat and put it in my track. I could see myself using it on a daily basis if I felt like it helped me make music more effectively. I don't think it's quite there yet, but it feels like they're well on their way to making this irreplaceable for producers, but still a ways to go there. I talk a little bit more about the production music industry, making music for TV, film, commercials, or stock music in my video about the hidden billion-dollar industry. Go check out that video if you haven't seen it. See you next time.